Working on your core, 6-pack, summertime. I think that should just be the opening.
I think that is a great opening.
What's up, runners? Coach Morgan here from the Run Experience, bringing you another Workout Wednesday. This week, we are going to be focusing on our core. As runners, it's super important to keep a nice, strong core so that we can stay nice and then that tall, good run form all the way through our long runs and those super hard run days. This is going to be a good one. Follow along. So a few details before I show you guys all the movements today. We have 4 different movements that we're gonna be working on. These are all gonna be done for 30 seconds with a 15 seconds worth of rest. We're gonna be aiming for 2 to 3 rounds here, and in between you can take 2-3 minutes, whatever you need. I want you guys to really make sure you are maintaining that good form all the way through these 30 seconds. So if you need to take a quick breather in that 30 seconds, that's okay as well. I would rather see you guys doing good form over just kind of trying to get it all done in that 30 seconds. All right, so your first movement today, we are going to be in a high plank position, and we're gonna be bringing that knee up to our elbows, but with a little bit of a twist, because we're actually going to be tipping that knee out to the side and then bringing it up. We're gonna be working on our abductor muscles. As runners, we tend to work in that forward motion. We're just going straight on, and we forget that we can move side to side. So it's a good idea to strengthen this, because when you come across potholes, sticks, logs, anything like that in your way, you're gonna have to do that side to side motion, and we want that to be nice and strong. So to give you guys a little description here, we are going to make sure that our wrists and our elbows and our shoulders are all nice and lined up here. We're gonna give that core a nice tight squeeze when we step back. And you'll notice how I have a nice straight line from my head all the way down to my tailbone. I'm gonna squeeze that butt, squeeze that belly. And instead of bringing that knee straight up to the elbow, we are gonna actually be tipping it out to the side and bringing it up, tapping and going back. All right, next up we have our scissor kicks. That's pretty much gonna look like your legs out in front, fluttering. This one's very important to be focusing on that low back. When we run and we get tired, we tend to arch that lower back, and because we're just like letting our core go, especially during our long runs, our hard workouts, that's putting a lot of extra pressure on that low back, and we want to protect that. So we're gonna do this workout to keep it nice and strong. So we're gonna be laying down on the ground, keeping that back nice and flat. That's gonna feel like pushing that belly button into the spine, keeping that core nice and tight. So we're gonna lay down here. A little check that you can do is see if you can put your hand underneath your low back, and I can't, so we're good to go. Hands down at our sides, and you can keep your head and shoulders up off the ground. Feet straight out in front of you, pointing those toes. And we're gonna be at about a 45-degree angle here, and we're gonna be fluttering back and forth, making sure, once again, little back check there. My back is so nice and flat, so I'm good to go. Next up, we are gonna be in a low plank position for this one with a little bit of hip extension. So we're gonna be doing some leg lifts here. Anytime that you're taking one limb off the ground and you're only being stable with those 3, you're working on that core stability, so that anti-rotation. When we run, we wanna stay going in that nice forward motion. If we start to sway side to side, our energy starts going shooting out, and that's just a lot of wasted energy. We wanna keep our motion going forward. So in this, we're gonna be down on the ground here, just like we were in our high plank. We wanna make sure that that shoulder and elbow is lined up. We're keeping that core nice and tight, and our glutes tight as well too. You can take a little bit of a wider stance here, just to give yourself some balance. We're gonna push up. We're gonna find that stability, and then we're gonna slowly raise up and down off the ground, keeping that back and that core nice and tight. We don't wanna let that go and start to move our hips side to side. We're working on that stability. So the only thing that's moving is my leg that's going up and down. Last one in our core routine today, we are gonna be doing what we like to call fire hydrants. You'll see in just a second here why we think that. So we're gonna be in that high plank position with our knees on the ground, and we're gonna be working on bringing that knee out up and to the side. We're gonna be working on that hip strength and hip stability. Hip strength is super important for runners because they are part of every phase of your run, especially in that push off phase. If our hips are weak, they're gonna start to concave in and we're not gonna be able to have that power that we need to get us all the way through the finish line. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna be on hands and knees here, making sure, once again, just like all these other ones, we are keeping that core nice and tight, squeezing it tight. And we're gonna lift this knee up and out to the side as much as you can. Don't worry about trying to get it as super high. If you can only go up to here, that's okay. That's where your mobility ends, and we're just gonna work on that. So, while I'm keeping everything else stable, as you can see, no other part of my body is moving. I'm just focusing on this hip right here, and that's what we want. All right guys, another workout Wednesday checked off. Great job today. If you are looking for more workouts like this, down in the description below is a link to download our app. It has workouts, it has nutrition tips, it has all the things you need to make you a nice, great runner. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, tag a buddy in the comments down below, and have them get their sweat on with you. I'll catch you guys in the next one.